So basically, I pay attention to the most repeated questions, the topic they usually repeat most questions. Now, linear inequality is one of them. Now, if you check this question, it looks like a normal linear equation. But the problem is that they use the inequality, one of the inequality symbol, which is greater than in this case. It could be less than, it could be greater than or equal to. There are rules to these things. But then the first thing I want you to do is to solve it as if you're solving normal linear equation. What do I mean? Whenever you're seeing the part having x, and obviously you're looking for x, the ones that doesn't have x should be placed in one side. For example, we're having negative 4 at the left hand side. We're also having plus 7 at the left hand side. We need to move this plus 7 to this right hand side so that it stays the same side with this negative 1, because they don't contain x. So how do we remove this positive 7 from this left hand side? Is to subtract 7 from both sides. That's the best way to do it. Instead of saying this crosses, the sign changes to negative. Well, that is fine, but I don't teach with that standard. There's not a standard anyway. Okay, so 7 minus 7 gives us 0. So what will be left is, remember the sign has not changed at this point. It changes when you're dividing by a negative number. So we have negative 1. Remember, this becomes negative 7 over here because you're subtracting 7 from both sides of the equation. So this one becomes 0. This one becomes this. So negative 4x is greater than negative 7, 1, negative 7. This will add up to give us negative 8. So here comes the main business. You're looking for x. So for us to be able to get this x, we have to remove this negative 4. And the only way to do that, we can't cross it. We only need to divide both sides by negative 4. Dividing both sides by negative 4. And of course, immediately we divide both sides of the equation by negative of a number. This sign, less than, greater than, will change to less than. It will reverse. So this cancels out. X now become less than. This and this cancels. 8 divided by 4 gives you 2. So this is the final answer to this particular problem, and I hope you found it helpful. Which option is best? Which of the option is the correct option? To check it out. I think is it number D. All right. So let's look out for another problem.